Last time on The Witness, well, let's see. Last time on stream, I was wandering around looking for hidden doors. And we got a lot of, we were working on EP progress. I had finished all of the audio logs that were available to me. And we were speculating and pondering and wondering about the islands. And since then, I've made some discoveries, so I'm gonna recap those. Always a bonus to see BB and Duncan, yeah. Oh, the interruption was just that I brought BB in and then had to put her back in my room. Hi Zara, welcome. So, what happened first? Okay, the first thing that was really cool, I finally got the vault, the wrecked ship vault. I can't show you that from here. This is my save, my current save, 446 plus 126 plus 4. But I got the wrecked ship vault, which I'm very proud of, and the only, I won't even call it a clue, the only help I got was that I confirmed that there is a way to tell when a cycle of sounds starts. So if you're not familiar with the wrecked ship vault, basically there's like these dripping noises that are around you inside of the wreckage of the ship. And then the ship is making all these creaking and groaning noises. And you have to decipher which ones are high pitch, which ones are low pitch, and then use that information to solve the puzzle. And it was confirmed that there is a way to tell when a cycle of sounds is at the beginning. That's all I got. Not what the way was, but that there was a way. And so then after I had gone back to that door so many times and just could not quite fathom what was going on. But this last time I went back yesterday and I could tell what was going on. Scott, welcome in. Let's see. So we were just talking about a puzzle I finished. I'll have to go show what that looks like later. It's a little hard to describe without being there. But then, last time I played this, I started focusing on the triangles. And I figured them out. So we solved this pillar, which was really cool. And it has a little cord here that apparently was green beforehand, and I never noticed it. And that made this puzzle appear on the floor. And when you get it wrong, this cord turns yellow. So that allows you to solve this puzzle. So I got this EP. And there's 4 solves. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 4 exits, but I've only been able to get 3 so far. So I'm kind of at a standstill with this one for the time being. As far as whatever happens next after the triangles. Austin, welcome in. Yeah, very sneaky Cable. Remember these puzzles? It's getting exciting. I'm just so pumped to share this with you because some of these we were stuck on for a very long time and I just didn't know why. So here's another thing. Okay. I had a thought off stream about this because it looks exactly like the EP on the pillar, right? And I looked up here and I didn't register the sun as being part of the puzzle for a long time. I thought, oh, maybe it's just something about this pole, but it is in fact the sun that lights up. Okay. And I didn't click on it in this file. I mean, I can try, but nothing happens. But then I went to my old file to confirm that yes, it does indeed make this shape, but I didn't click on it because why would I think anything different would happen when I click on it? So I will show you that in a second. I remember these puzzles. I did this puzzle today. Been playing for 2 days. Feels like I'm burning through some right now. Nice Soul Flamer. This game just gets its hooks in you. I'm talking too fast because I'm too pumped about it. Okay, so you can see my little thumbnail here of what I was doing on this other save. Does this game have a story? It's a great game. I don't know that it has a story yet, and I'm almost 100 hours in. But if you like puzzles, you'll like this game. Okay, so here's the thing. Are we ready? Big spoilers. Chuck, welcome in. Thank you for the host. I appreciate it. Oh, here we go. The story is your own exploration of the island, pretty much. Llama, thank you for the host. Ooh, my screen is shaking. How? And I never clicked this because it's an old save, or it's a new save file. And I knew that this EP would not transfer to my new save file. So, or the other way around. I wasn't sure, like, what do I do now to get this door on my other save? I don't know, but I got this open and I haven't been inside because I wanted to save it for stream. Semi, thank you for the 13 months. Baker sub. Welcome back to the human race. Enjoy Earth Badge, your emotes, your ad previewing. We're very glad to have you. Welcome in. You get to see the resort. I don't know what's in here. I'm so glad you're streaming this part. Yeah, I wanted to keep going there. So I was a little bummed that I didn't stream figuring out the triangles. Obviously it's not in this file, it's in the other one. But I was too excited about it. Look at this. Here we go. Should I turn off the music? Let's pause the music for now. Ooh, there's some people drawing notes, triangles, triangle puzzles on some graph paper, relatable. No music's a good move. Okay, didn't realize it's such a long game. Yeah, it's way bigger than you expect it's gonna be, Scott. It just you keep finding new treasures. Every time I talk about like end game, because we've been to end game and beyond. Hey, that's my table. Yeah, with notes everywhere. We've been seeing this symbol throughout the game on pillows and chairs and furniture, and stuff scattered about. What is this? This looks like... I'm not really sure if this is the beginnings of the windmill area or some other area we have not seen, but here's one of the apple tree sections of the apple tree puzzle. And here's a pond. I don't know. I don't know what that is yet. I legit want to live in this place. Relatable notes, yeah. Gosh. Here's the windmill. Receptionist desk. Showing live video feed of the island, maybe. I don't know. Showing a reflection. This isn't the windmill we know and love. This is a different windmill. Some speakers. Playing spa music. Kind of creepy spa music. We're taking our time. I see this audio log in front of me, but I don't want to play it yet. It's reasonably quick to finish it, but there's a wild amount of content to dive into if desired. Yep. I knew when I started the game that it was like a whole separate mission to 100% versus completing it. And I knew pretty early on I was gonna try to 100% it, but I still don't even know all of what that involves, and we may never get there. This shows one of the illusions and the boat dock over by the swamp. This shows another illusion. I just looked at this illusion yesterday for the first time. Like, I've seen this lady before, but I never noticed before that she had bird feet. She's like a harpy or something. I was baffled. Look at this. Nothing wrong with having bird feet. Couldn't believe that I had missed that all the times I've seen her. Okay. Oh, interesting. This is... I don't know, it reminds me of the color building. Just in the middle of the woods somewhere. Okay, this is the inside of it, perhaps? A little window looking out, a little symbol on the door. Can I click it? No. Reminds me of Gravity Falls, yeah. Hey Tunes, welcome in. This is a nice, yeah, just a nice little lobby. Here's another recorder. Here's a mixer? Oh. Looks like a record player almost. Here's an area I have not seen yet. This is the DJ stand. Panel on the door in particular was an early build from the first time a sneak peek was shown at a convention. Oh, cool. Good time zone. Hope you're doing well today. You too, Tunes. Good time zone. We're just chilling. I'm getting back in the swing of things. Of streaming after being gone. This is beautiful. This is concept art of the hedge mazes. It's gorgeous. The statue garden. Are there any sound recordings like stuck in these little what's-its? I don't know. Drinking vessels. DJ stand is a time to rave. Yeah, I think so. When do we get to have a dance party in here? I just want to look at everything. What's over here? No more pictures on this side. More speakers. And then we get to this beautiful overlook. Before we go out there, should we listen to some of the recordings? Alright. Now, I did go back and look at the pond after finding this area, and I didn't see another water lily that looked like it matched up with these, but I'm kind of curious now if I just missed it or what. The sunrise symbol all over the place has always made the Witness Island feel a little bit like lost to me. Yeah. This is everywhere. Alright, here we go.
Ever in my life have I sought thee with my...
Where did the subtitles go? Why did these get turned off? That was an accident.
my songs.
There they are.
It was they who led me from door to door, and with them I have felt about me, searching and touching my world. It was my songs that taught me all the lessons I ever learned. They showed me secret paths. They brought before my sight many a star on the horizon of my heart. They guided me all the day long to the mysteries of the country of pleasure and pain. And at last, to what palace gate have they brought me in the evening at the end of my journey?
Ooh, a pool. Subtitles is save specific. Oh, right. Okay. Because this is a different save file. Look, this is gorgeous. I want to hang out here. Oh, here's another one. Is this going to show me? There's an EP that I haven't been able to get in this general area. It's on the same side of the pillar as this one, and I think that's the only other one. This is one that I already got, I think. Oh, it's not going to show up because this is a different save. Dang. I can't worry about that right now, then. Looks like a lovely place to just sit and absorb everything. It's gorgeous. Is this your clear file? Weird, the settings would change for that. This is, yeah, my brand new file after riding the elevator the second time. I don't think it's from the first time we finished the game. This is so weird. There's no lasers. This is pre-laser. It is just nice to take everything in. Neat that you can activate the EP from here. Yeah. Post lasers? I don't know. What is time? Alright, let's go get this second one before we continue on.
Audio by Wabi Sabi Sound.
Oh. Oh, can
Lackey,
I...
Bo Anthony
Are these
Jimenez,
credits?
Jeff Garnett, Luca Fusi, Eric Lorenz.
What's this thing? Do we get to play with this? No? And where is this? Okay. Ooh. It's gonna be up here. Did we see everything that there was to see down below? This is so strange. Would you want to be notified if a recording was passed by? Well, it depends. Like, do these ones not show up in the pond then? Because I didn't see them when I went back to the pond. Oh, weird. This is up in the clouds. Oh, another thing. I figured out this cloud finally off stream. I'll show you that once we get back to the other file, but makes me want to sit with a glass of wine and feet in the pool. Why is it so cold right now? Yeah. I know. I just want to go to a sunny resort. The Dark Cloud's my favorite EP. It's a cool one. They're not in the pond. Okay. Probably if I'm starting to get ready to leave this area, then you can stop me if I missed recordings, but don't say anything yet. Time to go spend the rest of my Sunday. Enjoy, Scott. Thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your Sunday, and congrats again on Dread. Really cool achievement. Is this? Oh, wasn't this what was on the video on the reception desk screen? Here's another one. We didn't do the pool one yet, yeah. Have not found the Dark Cloud one. Ooh, okay, okay. We can go listen to that one on our walk up this direction. Oops, it's over here.
The core development team of The Witness is comprised more or less as follows. Design and generally steering the ship, Jonathan Blow. Programming.
Okay.
Ignacio Castaño, Salvador Belmurciano, Andrew Smith. Modeling and texturing. Luis Antonio.
Well, this isn't going to be done by the time we get to the next one.
Anderson.
Is it? Is it? That's the team? Fancy credits. Really cool credits. Zara, thank you for contributing to the Nestroid stream. Small team. Love it. Okay. Duncan is forever meowing at the door. He misses you all. This is gorgeous.
Additional contributions in modeling by Shannon Galvin, Alex Hayworth, Andrea Blazic, Eric Urquhart, and David Hellman. Additional contributions in programming by Casey Miratori, Andrew Heenick, Nicholas Ray.
There's panels down here. So I've seen photos of this area. I didn't know or think that it was all attached to the starting area, though. Thank you for the hydrate, llama. I actually don't think I have water in here right now. I can refund your points. I'm a little bit of a mess getting set up for stream today. Just kind of forgetting some things here and there. Hiding the credits and sound recordings is a great design choice. I do have some coffee still. I'll drink some of that. Okay, thanks, llama. Most credits put you in a very anti-game setting of just scrolling text, leaving you immersed in the world, and even new things to see is so nice. Yeah. Weird. Maybe instead of refund points, you hydrate. I know, but I don't have any water near me. I will bully streamer into taking care of self. Don't bully me, please. I know, I should have grabbed water. I'll grab some when we, I don't know. When we play the next sound recording, I'll get up and go get some. Fancy. Wait, so we don't actually get to those areas. Oh, okay. It's showing me more of the stuff I haven't done. Or maybe we still get there. I don't know. Just keep going, Jen. It's fine. Yes, I would like a glass of wine for this exploration. I'll take one to go, please. Mystery's a mystery, yeah. We've not seen any animals anywhere on this island. What is this? Statues and masks and... I guess there was a statue of a dog, but it didn't look like this. Take the whole bottle, yeah. Yeah, there was a dog statue. Okay, there's one on this. Yeah. I'm gonna play this and I'll go grab some water. I can still hear it.
To Jeff Roberts, Daniel Massio.
Is that it? I'll be right back. Good to hear the ocean waves. A tiny recording, yeah. Very short sound recording. Okay. What's going on up here? A new view of the desert. Some staticky screens.
Yay.
Wooden. Thank you for the resub. Welcome back to the human race. Enjoy your Earth Badger emotes, your ad-free viewing. Thank you for the 7 months. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome in. I'm glad you got water. It inspired me to do the same. I'm glad too. Thanks for that hype for Wooden. We're just seeing things from a whole new perspective today. This is absolutely wild. I love this different angle. I can barely fathom it. Like, well, I've never seen it from, we've seen it from the top of the mountain and the top of the hedge maze so many times, the top of the windmill area, but never like this. I wish this game had a step counter.
Voice performances by Ashley Johnson,
Phil Lamar,
Tara Deva,
and Matthew Waterson.
dialogue recorded at Warner Brothers Studios. Project manager, Emma Weston. Casting director, Pierce O'Toole. Voiceover director, Liam O'Brien.
Yay, voice actors.
Sound engineers, Alan Friedman,
Oh, there's a screen
CAS,
here.
R. Dutch Hill. Dialogue editor, Goen Lee.
Pretty.
Director of photography for the office shoot, Caroline Harrison. Early placeholder voice work by Trisha Miller, Andrew Burlinson, and Daniel Van Thomas. Tom Bissell served as an early story consultant.
The quote from Augustine of Hippo was translated by Michael Nagler and can be found in Eknath Iswaran's book, God Makes the Rivers to Flow.
Interesting. Okay, all the voice work. Honestly, didn't know Liam did voice directing. Yeah, very cool. I had time to pop in for a second, so best of luck witnessing. Thank you, Tunes. Take care. I'm glad you got to pop in. We'll see you around. I wonder what these show, if they show something different, if I've done more in the file. So many screens here. This is the elevator outside the quarry. Why is it showing me that? I actually don't remember finding the credit recordings when I was here. Did I miss them or they appear based on completion? Oh, that's a good question. Showing us the stream by the bamboo. The desert. Showing us the stick bugs. Stick bug. Whose briefcases are these? Oh, Duncan. Alright. What is happening today? The cats know that we hit the sub goal and they really want to be on stream. This is outside of the hedge maze near the swamp. This is inside of the quarry with this illusion. Are these all showing different illusions then? Is this the one in the front of the hedge maze with the like tar pouring down the window? The spooky eyes? Yeah, it is. Look, okay, here, we've seen this one. This is cool. Wait, now we gotta go back. Stick bugs. Turtle. Okay, we've seen that. These two reaching for each other, but it's not lined up in this shot. Is this the tree or something else? There's faces in this tree depending on how you look at it. But there's so many illusions by the quarry. I'm not surprised if this is showing something besides the tree. Because this one's showing the tree, right? Is it the camera showing illusions or that there are illusions everywhere? True. Oh man, I don't want to backtrack through all these though. There's so many of them. Alright, let's continue. There's a recording here. On one of these benches, right? No? On one of the tables? Oh, there it is on the other side of that pillow.
in-house playtesting by Francis Dooling, Michael Calandra, Timothy Steen. Thanks to our friends who helped playtest.
Thank you, playtesters.
Daniel Ben-Mergui, Mark Ten Bosch, Vi Hart, Chris Hecker, Brian Moriarty, Chris Butcher, Aaron Robinson, Jeff Roberts, Juan Chun.
Bunch of open briefcases.
Special thanks to our friends at Sony. Nick Sutner, Adam Boyes, Justin Massengill, Alessandro Bevenzi.
Special thanks. I wonder, I don't think the briefcases represent anything, right? Because this is a blank file. They're fantastic. She's an artistic mathematician educator. Cool. Vi Hart apparently playtested this. Yeah. This looks like the luggage, like, security area. Metal detectors. Without metal detectors. Oh, wow. We're just floating up in space. That's why it's not on the pond. Because it's just up in the air. This is weird. You wanted to know if you ever got a top view of the island? Yeah. Far enough to have clouds between us and the island. That is Ashley Johnson's voice you heard, yeah. She does a bunch of the sound recordings in this game. Okay, I will be right back. Sorry for all the interruptions today. Duncan needs more attention. Duncan, buddy, what are you doing with your life? Hi, buddy. Duncan says, meow. Oh, Semi, I'm gonna refund you. We did the cat cameo not too long ago. I'm sorry. I just like got him to settle down. We get to look at more of this wonderful view. I know, it's so pretty. How do I do this quickly? Llama, can you get the channel points? Is that okay? Pop cats all around in the meantime. Thank you, thank you. Ugh. Oh, that toad is adorable. It's so cool seeing this from up here. Look at the detailing just on the edge of this window too. All right. Thank you, Llama. Yeah, I wonder what shows on these static screens. Oh, inside the temple. If this was an illusion, I'm not sure what it was. I think I missed the ones in there. But there's also a bunch of cool drawings and things on the walls in there. I didn't see a recording in this room. I don't think. Or did we already play it? I wonder how many places have this sort of polygonal wall ceiling. I think it could be made from creasing large sheets rather than cut triangles. It's very pretty. Alright, onward. Wow, what is this? Are we gonna come out on the other side of the tunnel again? Where's my flashlight? I can't go left or right on this path. This is weird. Very weird. And dude, welcome in. How's it going? Lots of pretty flowers. Okay. What's this a reflection of in the water? It looks like the ruins of a building. Very empty and echoey in here. What is happening? Oh, what are you? What are these floating pink thingies? Whoa, weird. Eeps, how's it going? Welcome in. Looks like the inside of somebody's house. There's an outlet, a printer, a PC. Echoes of the Witness, yeah. It's a very interesting effect. CG, welcome in. Okay, this path is gonna turn. I don't want to miss anything. This is so odd. Okay, so we had pink screens that we looked through, and now we're gonna look through these orange screens. They're panels. They look like the bridge panels that these ones do. This is so strange. What happens if I don't do this? What happens if I do? Oh no.
Yes! 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 Yes!
I can't not solve it. I can't just leave it there unsolved. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for supporting a fellow human. Welcome in, Stephanie. How's it going? I see, I think, another panel up ahead. I guess let's keep going. Oh. Weird. I thought this was another one. So strange. It's going good. I love this game. Yeah, me too. Me too. Still discovering new things all the time. Oh, it looks... how bright is it for you all? It's pretty dark for me, but also there's not a lot to see, it seems like. You've got these flowers, and then ahead it looks fuzzy. It looks glitchy. And it turns purple when I scroll up too much. Do you all see that effect? It's green here, but then I don't know that you can see that on stream. It's pretty dark, but it's intentional, yeah. This is weird. It's like mildly scary. If I didn't know that this game didn't have a thing for having stuff jump out at you, I would be pretty scared, but they've been kind to us so far. What are all these different changing lights? It's like where I move my my field of view changes what that area looks like. Weird. Is this being built as I'm walking through it? Look how much the color changes. Are we in outer space? Can I still turn around and look back? Yeah. Oh, there's a buoy for the boat. What are you? Flowers? Like oddly constructed roses almost, but they have these cross sections on them that are really visible. Is this a statue? This is alarming. It's popcorn, yeah. Mid-pop. I can still look back, right? Yeah. This area is a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Do I recognize this statue? Not necessarily. They've got a cup with them. Looks like they were taking a sip, but then they dropped their cup. And then there's this kind of building, chunk of a building wall thing in the distance. Is this the same game? What's happening? Pieces of the... This reminds me of the Statue Garden too, of the weighted plate puzzles. Like switches and pieces from that. I can't... Is this one of the pieces of the laser? I think so. This is New Kingdom Hearts now, yeah. Something. Gosh. Oh, an arch has appeared. But if I back up, it disappears. Have I seen this arch before? Is this inside the mountain? Similar to the... the exit. Look how this is still stationary and it doesn't have the glitchy colors around it. That's the garden looking thing we came from. I guess we'll go through the arch. Oh, this reminds me of the church, the bell tower in the Windmill Village, actually. The Technicolor background, also Kingdom Hearts. Ooh, oh, we're through. Oh, oh, oh god. I can't turn back. This is it. You can see like a fabric sort of texture with light coming through it. Weird. I can't control anything at the moment. We're just watching like a video of witness the living room. Oh, we were dreaming. We're awake now. What's that bottle over there? Unplugging from the simulation. Taking off our sensors. This is a lot. Yeah, don't watch if you're not into medical removing of tubes, and I don't know if they show an IV coming out. It's kind of a lot. Is this our treatment plan? This game is our cure for something. Okay, a day at the office. Oh, oh no. Okay, we took a bit of a tumble. Yeah, I don't know how long we've been hooked up, but I guess a long time. From the gear that we saw all around, and the jar, and the cords. Thank you for the host. And now we're moving to another computer. We're seeing like pictures of stuff from the game everywhere. Here's a statue of the character that's at the base of the mountain, which I haven't talked about yet, but we will talk about that statue. Modest Millhouse, welcome in. I suppose we're on the couch for at least 100 hours. Fair enough, yeah. The mechanical universe and beyond. The way this camera is so shaky. Happy holidays. We've got a Christmas tree. Forgot how surreal this is. This is bizarre. This is not what I was expecting. There's a puzzle on the light switches. Framed puzzles everywhere. We're going into the restroom. Okay. Our shadow looks like it has VR like lenses and equipment around our face. Oh, it's a circle! Circles and lines. That's us. That's us clicking on the cursor whenever we see one. What is this circle? Why is this here? Hey, Angel Lord, welcome in. Oh, more circles. We're overcome with madness. We've been looking at circles for too long, for 100 hours straight. I'm glad I took breaks. This is validating my leisurely stroll through this game over the course of weeks and weeks. Not the cookies. We're gonna make some tea.
Yes.
What is happening right now?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you for the follow. Thanks for supporting a fellow human. Diagnosis, circle madness. Indeed. It's a spoon but a circle and a line. One of the expensive kettles, yeah. Do we have a pet? This is the water dish for. Where's our cat? Just, okay, yeah. We were in real life and this is the dream. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, oh god. Oh no, it's a circle and a line. Is that, oh, there's another one. We're crawling up the steps. Looking for EPs, yeah. Touching the wood. Tapping the hooks. Looking at this nice fountain. This nice bench. Are we going to meditate? Envious of a game studio having this type of garden? Yeah. We're gonna sit down and hang out? Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Are we gonna take a nap? Are we okay? I don't think we're okay. We're gonna take a nap. Seems like a good idea. Oh, they did it to us again. They closed out of the game. It kills me when games do this. Alright. Alright. Fine. 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 Too tired from that incredibly long nap. Better take another nap. Woo for Witness Endgame. Was that the actual endgame now because it had credits involved? I think so. Endgame. But that was, so we got an achievement for Endgame when we took the elevator the first time. We didn't get an achievement for this. We just got to see the credits and this whole other area. This is still not my file. Two plus one. Welcome back, by the way. I just got back from a friend. Thank you, Angel Lord. It's good to be back. Okay, so that was fun. It's interesting. The primary dev claimed you could play The Witness for 100 hours, but I never believed it. You really can. Hey, Nocturnal. In retrospect, it's kind of like the ending of Being John Malkovich, but being John Blow. This ending's available at the beginning of the game. Well, we're at the beginning of the game. I don't know why it wouldn't be available on a file that doesn't have, like, a completion. The end scene feels deep to me. Like, this is you now. You're the guy looking for puzzles everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, too real. Again, validating that I took lots of breaks. Because if you play this for 100 hours straight, I can only imagine. The ending movie is incredibly bizarre. It's a curious view into the obsession with circles and lines. It's available, but you don't know about EPs yet. Right. A few folks find it right after the beginning of their first playthrough. Yeah. I think... Yeah. I think it's very preoccupying and confusing when you finish your first playthrough of like, well, I kind of want to go back to my other file. Like, I know I'm going to see new stuff now that maybe I didn't see before. But it's the issue for me, you guys remember, of being like, I don't know, do I stay, do I go? Do I stay, do I go? And ultimately, I think we got an EP that I hadn't gotten yet. It wasn't this one. It was the one that's over the edge of the wall. It was the one over here. But then as soon as I got it, I was like, well, now I want to go get it in my main file. I'm not done with that one yet. Yeah, I know that's what you meant, Pratt. You can get this before the elevator. Yes, I totally understand. That's what I said. In retrospect, I guess the elevator was part of rewinding the meditation exploration, the first steps of waking back up. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. It's weird I've seen the ending before but completely forgot about it. Also forgot that this was the game it belonged to. Yeah. But what I still don't understand... Alright, I think we're gonna open the other file and I'll show you what else I did.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
I still don't know if it's... I don't want to start a new file, and I still don't know that it's possible to get this EP. Okay, thank you, game, for telling me which button to press. After you get through this door. I feel like I'm locked out of this EP, and it's frustrating. The primary theme is available, is the cyclical nature and futility of the entire experience. Main file. Let's open our main file. To be honest, I'm not, like... I don't know. This game's story is whatever you want it to be. I'm not terribly interested in, like... It's... You're doing puzzles, you're finding new stuff, it's constantly opening your eyes to... Wow, I never looked at this area that way before. And... if you play the game again, you're going to see things that you never saw in your first playthrough. And that's really cool. I don't, as far as like the ending video that we just watched, I don't know. It's interesting, surreal, it fits in with stuff, but I'm not looking to read into it too deeply. Pratt, thank you for redeeming human kindness. I appreciate it. Sending human kindness from me to you, to all of chat. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being in the community, sharing your day with us, and hanging out, sending you all the good vibes, all the chill vibes. It's good to get to know you. Thank you, thank you. I don't think there's any particular story other than imagining, meditating, and I think that's okay. Yeah. Oh, I want to move on from this floor thing, I think, and show you all the mountain. Let's go explore. The post-credit video is fun extra. Yeah. I don't know, and it's a little disappointing for it to be like, oh, it was all a dream. Like, okay, well, great. Yes, it's it doesn't add or subtract from the experience to be like, wow, I woke up from the simulation. Human kindness right back at you in chat. Thank you, Pratt. Keeping the balance. Welcome in. How's it going? I don't really want to travel to the vault door. I just wanted to let you all know that we finally got it. So we have 5 video blueprints now. And we're gonna go back and check on the triangles. That's my next mission. Oh yeah, and this is the representation of the starting area, and indeed, the lilies are not there. So, that's interesting. Have you done every puzzle? No. No, not yet. Not yet. Forgot to mention I found your channel and recommended. Nice. Thanks, Stephanie. It's time for bedtime. You and chat have a good one. Sleep well, Pratt. Have a good rest. We will see you around. Thanks for hanging out with us. Getting there, though. Yeah, we're making progress. We're at 446 plus 126 plus 4. So, I still have areas of the island that are closed to me. The last time I played this, I always forget. It's not this one, it's down here. To cross the river here, right? Twitch recommendations are surprisingly good. They can be, yeah. A lot of times if someone you follow is hosting that person or has them on their recommended or is subscribed to them, things like that, a lot of the recommendations are from mutuals, but some of them are categories you like or categories that you stream. They're pretty good. Played this so long ago, yeah. It's been out for quite a while. I missed out for a long time. Oh, I didn't get to show off the cloud yet. That's okay. It has to do with your friends on Twitch, like who they follow and are hosting. Yeah. Very beautiful game, definitely. Found cause through recommendation unrelated to other streamers I watch. That's cool. It's good. Okay. Here's the mountain. This is what I finally found. Excuse me, pardon me. We got all the lasers a long time ago, but I never did this. So, you know, here we are. And that finally, I had noticed that this cord was not lit up. This yellow cord that carries down through a bunch of the mountains, so you can see it down here. But I didn't know how to light it up, so we've lit the cord. We've activated a thing, which I will show you soon. Had to look that one up. I got the gentlest of hints, which was, it's been on your screen before. I think is really all that was said. And where do you think the game... What was it like? If things are barred to you, where do you think the game would send you next? And I was like, well, I think it's sending me either to the video logs in the movie theater in the bottom of the well. That seems to be a very important place, but I go back there all the time and I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if there's something I'm missing there. And then I was like, or it's the mountain, because then I started thinking like, well, we've been back to the mountain since I got all the lasers and nothing has really changed. But maybe I missed whatever it is. And, okay, here's another thing that happened off stream. So I got the 5th vault door. And you know how there's that lady in the pond that has a lantern in her hands that's flickering? After I got the 5th vault door and went back and looked at the pond, she had sunk into the pond and the lantern was off. And I came back to the mountain and nothing had changed. So then I had to come back one more time and finally found the thing at the bottom of the box. That gate and the cheeky bottom of the box were 2 things on the bucket list of things I'd hoping you see before putting it down. Oh yeah, we found it. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. You drowned the lantern lady, apparently. I took too long to find the bottom of the box, so they gave me a clue to come back here. I don't know. I don't know what it all means. This panel that we're about to go observe better start opening some doors. I don't know. Hello. There's of course more to see, but those were 2 things I'd needed to have a friend nudge me on. Gotcha, gotcha. I needed like a little bit of a nudge. Because as much as I can play this game without any real mission or goal or purpose, you know, I definitely felt like I wasn't making any progress. And also, I was getting through, we have, supposedly 9 EPs left based on the pillars. 2 pillars, 9 EPs. And a lot of them, it seemed like, were barred to me based on other things in the game, that I didn't have access to them, which was frustrating. It's strange I never noticed the cable before it gets lit up. Yeah. Because it's got some color to it. It's kind of like a gray and yellow. But then you start seeing it everywhere. It's in one of the walls. Not this room. In one of the other rooms. That save file now being 2 solved plus 1, yeah. Book lady, give us your hints, yeah. I'd noticed the cable, but it drove me mad how I kept losing track of it going up through the mountain. Thanks for all the love for this game, too. I know Puzzle Sundays, we have a lot of plans for puzzle games, but I keep coming back to The Witness. Just reinstalled the game and appeared in a heavenly elevator. Nice. That was super exciting to see you'd picked it up on the unique pattern of the cable. It's a game that doesn't let you go, for real. I don't think I ever got this far. Fond memories listening to podcasts and playing The Witness for hours. Yeah, it definitely ranks. Next up, expert randomizer. I don't know about expert randomizer. I'm tempted to try normal randomizer. It's just such a brain-breaking game, yeah. I'm hoping that once we do this, we can go over here, right? Ugh, I don't know. Our little tennis shoes are squeaking on the floor here. The panel that taunts. So this is lit up now because we did this. And we know the rule of triangles now because we put together the clues. So I'm just hoping. I don't know though, but it doesn't look like, I haven't seen any. Oh, this is red. That's what makes this room red? Does this side have it too? Yeah. Alright, just do it, Jen. Just see. Watching from Australia. Nice. Welcome in. 367 solved. Nice. Very cool. Here we go. I need to get the pencil out of the way. So we learned that one triangle inside of a square means that the line drawn can touch one side. 2 triangles means the line has to touch 2 sides. 3 sides, I think. That's what I think. We haven't been able to test the 3 triangles rule yet. And it's going to be interesting to see what this means. Oh, I wonder if I should have started the other direction first. No, this should be okay, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Easy. Yes. Yes, we can do so many things. I hope. I don't know how hard these panels are gonna be. Oh, it's timed. No! The biggest relief ever, and they immediately take it away from you. I wanted to check our number. 447. That's stupid. You're mean. The immediate relief, and they're just like, ha 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 ha. So is there a cable? Not that you can see when it's not lit up, I guess. Is it the same solve or does it change? Looks like it's the same solve. Go, 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 go! Oh, we're trapped now. Maybe. Does this open it up? Timed. I don't like timed things. Why is everything clicking? Look where we are! Yes. Okay, be on the lookout for EPs, because I think we're missing EPs inside the mountain. Secret tunnel! How appropriate. Oh, this is so weird. I wanted to wrap back around and single this one out, but that's not gonna work. Aw, thanks for the clip, llama. They got me. They definitely had me fooled. I guess we're not doing, the game music today. And I think that's okay. If I cut out this one too, does this help us? I don't think so, right? No. Snaking all the way back. What am I doing? This might seem random, but have you ever watched House? Oh yeah. I used to love House. It was one of my favorites. I wonder if you need this first and then this and then this? That seems right. Okay. Certainly a non-trivial puzzle. Yeah. They always end up putting the line breaks in places that mess with you. Okay, this is so exciting. Is this gonna be one of those areas that we've seen on camera but we've never been able to visit in person? I'm thrilled. This week I started watching from the very beginning. I find it funny that you can sometimes see seeing Metroid games in some episodes. Wait, really? I never knew that. That's cool to start from the beginning. It's been so long since I've watched any episodes. Season 4 is my favorite season, so when you get to it, let me know. These are certainly, yeah, these are areas we've seen on camera inside the mountain. These colors, this wooden staircase, these structures, all very familiar. In episode 3, he plays Zero Mission. And later you can see him playing Prime Hunters? Heck yes. I wouldn't have recognized them because I hadn't, you know, I only started playing Metroid this year. And I watched back in like 2014, 15 was when I watched the whole thing all the way through. Was on my biggest Dr. House kick. We've seen these structures before. So now, I want to go back to the pond now and see if all the lilies turned white since we opened that door. I want to prove my theory that them being yellow meant that I didn't have access to them. The blue-orange on the rocks. Yeah, I love the colors in here. I know I'm not doing anything, I'm just looking around, but it's very pretty. No music today, just enjoying the ambient sounds of the witness. There's a puzzle up here. Is that a triangle puzzle? Perhaps? Make sure to watch episode 3. He leaves one of his... Oh, he lets one of his patients play it? Yeah, I'll definitely have to go in and check that out. That's really cool. EP? Okay, I see lots of scary panels through here.
Yay.
Hi, Lian. Thank you so much for the resub. Welcome in. Welcome back to the human race. Enjoy Earth Badger emotes, your ad previewing. Thank you for 18 months. Dang. It's good to see you. Okay. There's a pillar thing over there. We're doing... Oh. Very advanced puzzling today, and I am taking it all in. And by very advanced, I mean areas of the game that I've never seen before. Look at all this. Look at this rainbow one. These are all going to be so intense. It seems. Look at this. This is from the swamp. This is from Channelwood. This is from inside the mountain / the color area. This is from also Channelwood and the quarry and the colors area. It's combining so many things. I'm not ready to start these yet. I want to look around some more. It seems like you can come in here and do any of these at any time. There's no wire holding them together, which is really nice. Oh, these all have this. You have to stand in the right spot because the pillar blocks them. And they all have multiple solves. Or multiple, like, tails. I wonder if they're mirror image as well. No, it doesn't. Well, I don't know. Maybe. I want to go open doors to places. Is this going to pop me out up by the windmill village yet? Might as well look around, yeah. I want to get my bearing of where we are. Oh, I'm going to get lost in here, though. Look at this. What's over there? More puzzles. We've been rewarded with more puzzles. Oops, all puzzles. There's so many. This reminds me of Windmill Village. Of that one area with that door on the side of the building that's closed. They're hidden. Am I gonna have to draw where they are because they're only visible? Yeah. Until you get it wrong. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's keep looking around. Ooh, is this an EP over here? Where is this door? This is by the swamp. Hey Solarum, welcome in. We are exploring so much. I'm just a kid in a candy store now. Like, which panel do I do first? I don't know, there's too many panels. They all look so good. Oh, this is interesting, though. So it looks like this is an elevator, but it's at the top. Oh, is this a door? Or is this just a light up here and a frame because this one's on the ground? I don't know. So indecisive. I don't know what I want to do next. Triangles. Too many decisions. I can't handle it. I'm not equipped for decision making right now. I just want to look at everything. Can you please make yourself visible? This is the last one on that swamp pillar, I think. Ugh. Can we get it after we complete this puzzle? Can I walk out here? Oh! Oh, it's not the last one. Maybe it's the second to last one on that pillar. Yeah, not yet. Oops, sorry.
Yay!
I couldn't figure out where my save file was. We're still at +4, but we're getting really close on the swamp pillar. Thanks for the yay! And for the channel points towards the Nestroid stream. Thank you, thank you. It's very good that I know what the shape of most of the panel or the EPs are that I'm looking for. Bren! I've been subscribed for 17 months, but it feels somewhere between 16 and 18. Welcome in. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for 17 months. Enjoy your Earth Badge, your emotes, your ad-free viewing. We're very glad to have you. It's good to see you. Somewhere in that range. 16, 17, 18. I can't believe it. This is pixelated and cool looking. Oh, how do I get the second side of this one? That's not gonna work. Oops. And then this is gonna have 2 sides. That's not gonna work. It boggles the mind, yeah. I don't know, we're just gonna mess with this one, but... I didn't get it right. Does it light up red? No, it just knows that I didn't do it correctly. Or it just tells me that I didn't do it correctly, but it doesn't light up the ones that I know I got wrong. Okay, let's move on. I'm looking for the walkway by the movie theater. I'm hoping we can find it. I'm hoping we can open some doors. That's kind of my goal before I start chipping away at these panels, is just to open the area to the outside so we can get back here more quickly and easily. Solved 589. Nice. Very cool. Come to think of it, I feel like this purely vertical pillars mess with my head less than when they're first introduced. Out by the water. Ones near the elevator are horizontally skewed. Yeah. Those ones being slanted, I makes them harder for me as well. The pillars, I like the puzzle, but I don't like the dizziness and all the spinning. So, okay, I think, let's try to open this. And then wherever this goes. Is this gonna be by the waterfall? This is the swamp, this is the waterfall door. Let's try to open both of these. This is way too exciting. Also, how do you work? Because I've seen you before, and I think I know which pillar this EP belongs to. I'm pretty sure this is part of one. Oh, that's 3. Yes. Oh, are these timed? Wait, is this timed too? This has to stay open, right? I don't hear a timer. Please don't lock me out. Oh my gosh. This door. I only found this door pretty recently, but it taunts. Witness is a Metroidvania confirmed. It's a Metroidbrania. It's my favorite genre of all. Hi.
Then the occupant of the first would shout to keep him clear. And if the other did not hear it the first time, nor even when called 3 times, bad language would inevitably follow. In the first case, there was no anger, and in the second, there was. Because in the first case, the boat was empty, and in the second, it was occupied. And so it is with man. If he could only roam empty through life, who would be able to injure him? Shuangsu, 4th century BC.
So, how did it go?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Wait, what?
No, it's not. It's normal for me. I never remember my dreams. If I try right when I wake up, I can just barely remember fragments. Later in the day, even 20 minutes later, those fragments are gone. Unless I wrote them down. And if I read them later, it's like, these are ramblings of a crazy person.
Yeah, but then how do we know there aren't any side effects? I mean, do you remember everything else about your life?
It's fine. I mean, we're just doing suppression, not lobotomies. I mean, everything is still there. In dreams, we often take on personalities that are a little different. We forget details of our waking life and remember.
I don't want to go through the door yet. I want to listen.
How does that happen? Well, we're just using the same pathways. It's fine. But really, how should I know if something's missing? If you forget a few random little things, how would you remember that you forgot? Nothing big is missing. I don't think. Wait, who are you again?
Oh, God. Why did we let you go first?
First hasn't happened yet. I was just dipping my toes into the pool. Real first happens when someone dives right in and gets to decide for themselves when to come out. Who's that gonna be? You?
I long for the days when we weren't sure we'd be doing anything this scary.
It'll be fine. It's not scary. It'll be fun.
So fun you don't even remember?
Okay, no.
Waterfall doors open.
I want to re-record this one before I go home. I have some new ideas about it.
What? Because of the test?
When does this show up? Oh, it needs to be powered by something.
Possibly.
I thought you didn't remember anything. Interesting.
It's not gonna let me do it from outside here.
Have a good night.
All right.
I'll see you tomorrow.
This is a weird one. That was like very fourth wall break sound recording. I wasn't expecting that at all. Okay, now it's gonna let me. But you have to... I don't know. Do some of these shenanigans, I guess? Does this operate the elevator so I can use it both directions now, maybe? I don't know. Remember, my reaction to the sound recording was strong? Yeah. I really like the idea of Metroidvania that introduce highway tunnels rather than teleporters. Axiom Verge comes to mind. Yeah. So far I've loved how Axiom Verge... And I love the way Hollow Knight does it, where it has, like, one-way doors, but they don't close behind you. It's just you can't do the shortcut until you open it from that direction. And once it's open, it's open. I love that. They force you to go one way the first time through, but then at the end you break a wall and it's a shortcut. And they have like tiny ones in that game, and they have really, really large areas that open up. Sykes, hi, welcome in. How's it going? We're making what feels like really big progress today. It's exciting. Oh, bye. So I think now we can operate the elevator from both sides, hopefully. Because this should send it back up to us. Yep. Okay. Well, bye, elevator. How's our panel count? 453. I bet there's more sound recordings in here too. I have, oh, I really want to go look at the pond. Should we do that? Ooh, we can sneak out here really quick and go look at it. I'm curious. I'm gonna get a lot better at finding this pathway now. This is the pillar. I think there's still a lot more left on this pillar, actually. FYI, the bottom elevator panel is one that's often forgotten if you're trying 100%. Oh, because it'll be lit up now. It wasn't before. Okay. This is in the swamp somewhere or nearby. This is the one we just got inside the mountain. I think that other one, and this one is that walkway inside the mountain that I haven't been able to get yet. And these I have no idea. I thought this one was that door we were just by, but unclear. Okay, wait, pond. That's why I came out here. Pond, pond, pond. Let's take a look-see. Is everything... Are there any more yellow lilies? Yeah, there still are. Oh, here's the drowning lantern lady. I'm so sorry. So this is yellow, but it's open. So is that ones that you can't get until you get all 12 or all 11 lasers, maybe? Until you do the triangle stuff? Unclear. But that's the only one we found inside of that area so far. There's these two by the... I always forget which laser this is. I don't know. This is the sound recordings? No. Whatever. We're still figuring out that theory. But it's very pretty. I'm glad it doesn't change color. I'm glad that there are yellow lotus flowers. How long have we been streaming for? Is it time for a break soon? We've been going for, yeah, about 2 hours. We'll take a break in like 5 minutes. Back inside. Here we go. And this is the one we just listened to. That's the one I could see through the door, but I couldn't click on. That's right, I've seen it before. Okay, so should we ride the elevator down and get that other panel? Whee! Yeah, it's lit up now. Okay. Oh, interesting. Huh. Well, we solved it. That's all that matters, right? It's kind of funny. I'd never considered the elevator controls might be something to deal with when trying 100%. Because they're not linear necessarily, and you don't have to do both to access that area. What was through here? Oh. Rocks. Oh.
God bade me behold the sea, and I saw the ship sinking
so
and
many.
the planks floating. Then the planks too were submerged. And God said to me, "Those who voyage are not saved." And he said to me, "Those who, instead of voyaging, cast themselves into the sea, take a risk." And he said to me, "Those who voyage and take no risk shall perish." And he said to me, "In taking the risk, there is a part of salvation." And the wave came and lifted those beneath it and overran the shore. And he said to me, "The surface of the sea is a gleam that cannot be reached, and the bottom is a darkness impenetrable. And between the two are great fishes, which are to be feared." Nefari, circa 970.
Interesting recording. Is she gonna keep talking again? Yeah.
What?
Weird.
Store. Do you want a sandwich or something?
You've been standing there for like an hour.
I didn't want to interrupt.
And I don't like sandwiches. Have you ever seen me with a sandwich? Why would you think I want a sandwich?
Sorry.
No, I need some sleep.
It's okay. We're all working hard.
I just want to read it right. We're going to be hearing this a lot of times. Every little thing matters because it gets so multiplied.
It's good. It's already good.
Thanks. Yeah. But we've kind of picked high goalposts. Every little bit matters. Oh, can you get me a coffee?
Okay, interesting. Very interesting. I want a sandwich. You can get me a sandwich. Yeah, sandwiches are great. What are you talking about? A bit hard to tell that they're away from the mic. That's Liam. Very cool. Trying to figure out how to capture this one square that's in the middle here, you know? I guess we've started looking at panels. This is just wild. Some primo puzzles in this area. Oh yeah. Definitely can tell it's gonna be a challenge. How do we get this one involved? The wind, you can hear the wind rushing through. If we're gonna chill and do panels for a bit after break, I might put the music back on and start going through this area. This looks like this is the same way the ones in the village are designed too. I wonder if the solutions are similar. Intriguing. Was this here before? Probably. This one has some subtraction. Single square in the middle is a silly thing to taunt with. Yeah, for sure. Alright, I think we'll go on break. It's a good zone for bring your own lo-fi. Yeah, I think we'll go on break. Maybe we'll come back and do some music for more of these panels. I definitely can see myself working on this area off stream as well. Just because it's so open. You're not gonna see me, you know, just in this one chamber right here, I have a bajillion things I can work on. And what I'm interested in definitely trying to stream all of is getting the doors open that connect us back to the outside. So, yeah, lots of choices. We'll work towards it. I'm gonna have to make way too many decisions that I'm not prepared to make. It's super intriguing though. Where does this... At some point there's gotta be like... There's gotta be a long hallway. There's a door that's connected to the desert area as well as the windmill area. And I want to find it. Weird thing this makes me think of, but there's all the tunnels beneath Disneyland and such that connect everything together for employees. Yeah. We can make some suggestions on what to focus on for stream. That's true. Maybe when we get back, we can make a sort of agenda if we want to. I'm just glad this is finally open to us. It does look like there are some dead ends though. Does this go anywhere? No. So you can't get to everything from here the way it is. Like I might have to finish some more puzzles before we could open all the doors. What's the trick to you? Do you turn invisible before the end of the puzzle? Weird. Some of these just seem to be not connected to anything. It was tempting to recommend a general direction for the sake of things that might be neat to see on stream. Yeah, we can probably use spoiler chat for that. If you all want to brainstorm. I keep saying, well, yeah, we're totally gonna do this after break, and then there's too much to do. Alright. Hang tight. I'm gonna grab a snack and we will come back with more puzzles. Thank you all for being here. This is a really fun day for this game. And I'll see you soon. Okay, let me get the music going as well. Welcome back, humans. I hope you had a nice break. We are going to keep the music running and do some puzzles. Let me switch back. Hello, good to see you. I grabbed a blanket, I had a snack, checked on the cats, the usual. If you all have suggestions, so, okay, who's in spoiler chat right now? Semi, the Austins, who's collaborating on this suggestion of where to go next? And then Semi, I'll probably let you take the lead on recommendations from those of you that are participating. Okay, cool. Thanks everybody that's in there. If you're not, I suppose I should have talked about this before the break since spoiler chat was brought up. If you're not in our Discord and you would like to be, when I stream games like this that are very, like, no hints, no spoilers, which is pretty much every game that we do, but especially this one, if you want to talk about what I'm doing or ask questions without spoiling any of the game, you can use the channel in Discord called Spoiler Chat. I don't go in there, and in fact, I haven't been able to go in there in so long because mostly it's like The Witness and Metroid Dread, which we finished Dread, but I don't look at it. I have it muted. I have it hidden. There's not much in the way of hints we can do. Just recommend working on the triangle column puzzle. Okay, perfect. No, that's great. Because I was just wondering, should I do this room? Should I do, you know... I don't really mind getting some direction as to which series of these you would want to see me try next, so that works. I am intrigued by these, but we can come back. Let's go check out the pillar. TT! Welcome in! Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. How's abduction? Did you just start today? I'm definitely curious to hear your thoughts on it. I just snagged it over the weekend as part of the Steam sale. It's good to see you. Welcome in, raiders. I hope you're having a good day. We got into some deep lore, some deep in the tunnels stuff on The Witness today. I'm very excited about it. Trash raid. Hi, Number. Welcome in, friends. Can we get a shout out for TT, please? Or I can grab it here real quick in a second. Deep in literal tunnels. Holly, welcome in. Thanks, raiders. I did. It's really fun so far. Nice. Glad to hear that. I'm looking forward to playing it. Someday, when I am able to pry myself away from The Witness for more than one stream. Have some threads to pull on. Is it giving? Is it, like, really satisfying as far as Mist, Riven, Witness, walk around and do puzzles style of a game? Because I'm very much looking forward to and hoping that we haven't played every game in that genre yet. Is this underwater? What is that little light right there? I don't think it's a sound recording. I think it's just a reflection. There's a reflection over there too. But thanks for coming in, and it's good to have you here. I'm glad to have you here. Totally satisfying. Yes, good. If you need to rest and do the post-stream things, I totally understand. Otherwise, we're happy to have you chill with us and stare at puzzles and panels. Alright, we were close-ish on this one, but I need to re-examine. So anytime I go up the pillar, I'm gonna end up having to mirror it on the other side. So if I go up here and then to the right, I'm blocking myself from ever completing this square here. So I think we want to go either right or left first. These all have 1. Now that one has 2. This one has 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. This one, though, how do we do that? Do we have to do some weaving then? 2. No, because then it'll have 3. 2. 2. 2. Okay, alright. Miss and the Witness are similar with how you walk around to solve specific puzzles. Abductions puzzles are more atmospheric and larger scale. Huh, okay. Thanks, Pneumaticist. Appreciate the feedback. I'm gonna be looking to start Abduction someday. It's on the list. Alright, these are all one side, but if I go upwards, that's making one of these incorrect. How? You have to cut right through immediately then? It's possible. But then I can't ever turn here. Okay. That works out. And some of these, so now this one has 2, and I'm gonna block. If I go this way, 2, 2, 2. No, we've done 3 here. I don't think that's quite right. But we've got plenty of options, I think. Two, 2, 2, 1. So maybe we have to go up here first. This is our problem child here. Sankari, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you around. Sleep well. What if we were to go the other direction? Did we not try this already, though? And that's gonna give us this one with 3. I want this to be simpler than it is. What was my idea before? To double back, but if we double back, then this square doesn't have, it doesn't work like that. This one's a problem. I wonder if I needed to get it earlier and make some of these little columns taller and go up here. Oh, I'm gonna regret undoing this. No, because now I'm missing all the ones below me. Unless we do some kind of Some kind of zigzag. I don't know. No, I think this is all wrong. Why did I go all the way up this way before? I think I thought that was gonna help. No, you have to because otherwise this one has two sides. Sorry, I keep going back and forth because I'm not sure how this is gonna work. I don't think it's something like this. No, because we just missed this one here. Weird. But the second that I do this, this one is ruined. Like, we can go all the way around here. Oh, how did we get this one before? Oh, it already has it. 1, 2. This. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. I feel like we did 3 somewhere. No, we got it. Alright. Yeah. Easy. Is this gonna take us to Windmill Village? No, this is a tunnel. Have we been into this tunnel? No, we haven't been to this tunnel yet. It's the temple. The other temple that we haven't seen yet. We've only seen it in movies. More secret tunnels, indeed. Oh, I don't think this is gonna work. Because you don't have... These have to be... It would be nice to single that one out. I don't know if I'm able to do that. Can I single... Oops, can I single you out? Ta, thank you for the good luck. It's good to see you. This is weird. Okay. Focus gen. If I do this, we have all 4 of the Tetris blocks together. I don't think that's gonna work. What if I go like this and then do this? Oh. I can't cut it off there. Can I move this over 1? Nope. Because then the bottom right-hand corner is not solved. Weird. And you can't just cut this section off first. It doesn't work like that either. You know? Can't do it. And if I cut this off, then it's all sorts of messed up. We don't have to group this in a... Oops, we don't have to make this its own corner. We can cut off these 2, maybe. Do we want to cut off these 3? No, I don't think so. Unless we do like this? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Nice. Okay. This door is open. Am I prepared for whatever this is? Oh, is this a vault? Is this the last video? It's a cool looking symbol right there. You love that puzzle? That's a good one. I liked that one. Yeah. Yeah, it felt right. Is there a sound recording in here? Maybe, I don't know. This is so intimidating. Oh, this is water. There's like little fountains along the edges. Am I good to keep the music on? For this area? Or for this room, I guess? Oh. Oh. This is such a neat area architecturally. You might want to take off the music now. Okay. That song ended right at the exact moment. Oh. More sound effects. There's puzzles up top that we can try to do. I wonder if those puzzles affect this room. Oh, no, no. This is a lot. wonder if the floor lights up or changes color as we solve the ones in the other room. What's over here? Oh, this has been in videos too! Up to you on music, you'll know if it'll be a good time to turn it off. Oh, okay, gotcha. None of these are powered on yet. Up here, at least. Where's the little window? Oh, there it is! That's the window that looks in from the end credits area. Oh, and there's more of these above this hallway. Alright, we'll keep the music on for now, but I'll turn it off when we go back to the temple room. I just want to look around in here for a second. Oh, this is very optical illusion-y. Oh my god. Yeah, window there, and then there should be another one, right? Well, in any case. Love how it all comes full circle. Definitely. Oh. Ah. Weird. Oh, hi. Oh, this is... Oh, I've seen this EP on a pillar. Been wondering where you were. Is this the last one in the village pillar, maybe? Maybe not. Look at the sparkles running away! Oh, there's more of the ending area. Oh, wait. Yeah, we can see the little DJ table from here. +5? No, still +4. Alright, well, we're getting close to finishing another pillar. This is so pretty in here. What do you do? Is this gonna turn on music? Okay, these are speakers. And a record player. What? Oh, it's loud. Is this timed? What in the world? But it only, so far it looks like it's lit up. Oh, here, maybe this one after I solve the doorway. I'm gonna get lost in here. I haven't been this way yet. No, yes I have. It just winds around in there in a strange way. What is this? Okay, stop. That's so weird. It's under here. I'm not done exploring yet. I can't commit to anything. I don't know that I like that music, though. It's very overwhelming. Does this take us to the windmill? Come on. Yeah. Windmill, windmill. Oh my god, it's right there. I'm way more excited about this than I am about that music player. There's EPs on the other side of this wall. Like the tune, at least, yeah. Oh, it's from Peer Gynt. Nice. From Grieg. Love that song. I only know the mountain song from that. The one, like, really, really famous one. Easy. EP. I've seen you from the top of the well. Now how do I figure you out? Oh, so pretty. Aha, it's this thing. Oh, but we need a certain video for it, I guess. Alright, well. That's unfortunate. I think it's still that video that we have, though. The one that has the green circle, and it also has a yellow circle, and it has there's a lot of circles in that video. Because this one looks two-toned, almost. Like orange outside of red. Very cool. Oh, what are these little... Oh, this cart. One of these goes to the windmill and one of them goes to the village. Aha!
The concept of a clock enfolds all succession in time. In the concept, the 6th hour is not earlier than the 7th or 8th, although the clock never strikes the hour, save when the concept biddeth. Nicholas of Cusa, 1450.
That's mine, you know.
Yeah. Well, I have some ideas about it, and I just wanted to give it a try. See how it goes?
So weird.
Next thing I know, you'll be taking over all the Kuza pieces.
So weird.
What kind of ideas?
I don't know. Subconscious drives, right? Like, with anything creative.
Did you feel this way before your trip to the island, or after?
Well, I think after. Yeah, mostly after. I had a seed of it before, even back when I first heard the piece, when you first picked it out. But I didn't really notice then. Now it's like the princess and the pea. I don't mean to be stepping on your toes, though. Really, the drive is personal. I wanted to record this one, so I can hear it the way I want to hear it, just to set something right for myself.
Okay.
So interesting.
I'm gonna file this under the category of good problems to have. Your attitude to the piece changed or clarified, I guess, maybe based on the trip. Hey, that means it's working. I mean, something's working, right? Maybe. Back when we started, I would have counted us
no.
to ever get this far.
But here we are.
Here we are.
Is it this one?
Record away, and I will take my leave. Thanking you for this opportunity to introspect on my aversive feelings.
You're welcome.
Oh, we got 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1. Oh, this corner. Yeah. 1, 1. No, that has 2. Hey, Negative, how's it going? Thanks for using the first command. As a reminder, although I have not had any hints today, you are all very good at this. I feel like I've not seen anybody come into a witness stream and just like give answers. In retrospect, I like how the triangles were introduced. Yeah. It's cool. I really like the triangle puzzles because you go so long looking at them, and I had only just barely started to try to find patterns in them, but then had like stopped to focus on something else for a while and came back to it and was like, oh yeah. Now I see it. I never saw it before, but good thing I've got it now. To be placed on panels where naive solutions would happen to solve them, but it still builds up info how they work. Yeah. Hey Magus, welcome in. Thanks for contributing to the Nestroid stream. I guess the music keeps like coming in and out today because of the nature of this stream today. This corner has me puzzled. It makes me wonder if I did this wrong. Also, I could do this entire area. Nichols, hi, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How's it going? Hi, Nichols. How was your stream? What'd you miss? Oh, Magus, we've done so much. It's wild. This game is so big. The panels are just scattered around without being connected. Yeah, like, and they're all solvable really early on because of the way they put the broken lines. There's only so many solutions that you end up brute forcing them and going, well, I don't know how this works, but I'll figure it out later. And then later you do. Thank you for the shout out, Maggie. How's Limbo? Oh, cool game. Scary game. I like that one. I did not stream that. I played that years ago and then ended up streaming Inside, which is very similar vibes. Did you get through it? We're just chilling with the witness again today. I just came back from a stream break. I took the week off and now we're doing puzzles again. Surprise, surprise. It's creepy but good. I remember it being pretty creepy. I feel like there's spiders in that game. And other monsters. What secrets have you found? We figured out the triangles. We found the end game credits. That's probably the biggest secret, is the credits area. The weird video. We figured out the inside of the mountain, like the thing underneath the box that lets you go all the way around once you get all of the lasers. There's spiders in the game. Understatement of the year, probably. Probably another stream to finish it up. Gotcha. Very cool. Okay, I wanna try starting with this one instead. No. Bad move. How does that help me anyway? I don't think it does. But I was curious. Thanks for the lurk, Nichols. Thank you again for the raid. It's good to see you. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'm glad the stream went well. We found the weird video that has the same red, green, orange mug I have. Oh, yeah, the one where he's like unhooking himself from all the wires, and there's mugs and pictures in frames and potted plants and all kinds of stuff to look at in that video. I'm probably gonna end up watching the VOD at some point just to see what details I missed, because there's a lot going on. I keep thinking I can do this corner like this, and I cannot. But if I start over here, where would I finish? Maybe the upper right? Maybe the upper left? Mm. There we go. We had the right idea. Just took some finagling. It stood out to me when I saw it next to the monitor because I have two of the exact mug. Nice, yeah. I could see being like, wait a second. I know that mug. Out of curiosity, did you find the EP that leads there? Oh, how did you find it? Oh my gosh. So, I knew, like, ages ago that that was an EP. Because of the pillars, right? The pillars show you that exact shape and it's pointing in the right direction. And I was like, yeah, I can get this in a brand new save file. I see it. And I went to a brand new save file and I saw the sun, and I think I even maybe clicked on the sun and said, yep, okay, circle, it activated. But I didn't finish the EP and open the door. Because, one, I assumed that a door would not open to a new area, because why would that happen? And two, I was like, well, I don't want this EP in a blank save file. I need to figure out how to do this in a complete, like a full save file. But I was off stream and just like, oh, let me see if I complete it in a new save, if it counts in my old save, and it doesn't, and I completed it and was like, okay, well, I'm gonna save this for stream. Your first time after the elevator, you were tantalizingly close to attempting the EP? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was, but we talked about it earlier, I was so distracted by, what do I do? Do I open a new save? Do I start the old save? And I really, really wanted to go back and get the lasers I had missed. I was way more concerned about that. Oh, I'm so glad this door is open. I spent so much time just yesterday when I was playing this, coming up to this door and bouncing off of it. It's all good. Spoiler chat was rooting for you. Thanks, Austin. Yeah. I was wondering if people were yelling in spoiler chat, like, why didn't she click on it? I found our way into the caves. We did. I'm so glad. I'm dropping my new EP soon. Yeah, that's that's how this all shakes out. Oh my goodness. Let's go look at this pillar then. What's missing here? Is this the starting area one that's missing? Oops. I think so, right? Yeah, this one's missing. Which we've done, but I don't know how to do it in this file. Oh, we found this one, but I have to play a video to get it. I guess we could try to go do that. I don't remember which video it is, but we could perhaps attempt it? I don't know. You can't see it from up above the walkway, can you? Like, I don't think you can get to the video controls from inside the cave. I miss putting it together on my first time post-elevator. I'm not sure how many people happen to see it. There's a lot of other stuff to think about. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure some people get it and some people don't, and there's a reason for not wanting to do that immediately. Or not seeing it right away because you're very focused on a bunch of other stuff. I wonder how many recordings we have left then. Should we take a quick peek at the pond as well? We're slowly chipping away at them. We've got 1, 2... Oh, there's 2 right next to each other and I missed the second. Of course I did. These 2... I think this is the temple we found. Perhaps. And then maybe the other vault is the music puzzle. We've got this. And that's the other vault. The pond is looking very fancy. We don't have very many lilies left. And here's this. We need to get more of the fountains up high. We're very close on some of them. Just looking around. Okay. The music puzzle. There's a record player down inside the caves that I played the record and it made a screen light up and then I stopped the record. I brought my own music. Okay. I wonder if is there another one really close to this one? Weren't there 2 close by the windmill laser? I don't know. I don't see it yet. I'm not terribly concerned with all of the sound recordings today. If we don't find them all on stream, that's fine. I'll go back and get them later. Because we have a map. Oh, I was just so thrilled to find all these different doors. Yeah, this one, I think we have to go play the video and then run over here in time for the symbol to pop up. That's gonna be curious. Volume-wise, if you try the record again, a heads up the volume, it's a bit loud. Yeah, I could tell it was a little bit loud. We'll have to mess with it. Oh. This path. Cheeky, cheeky game. Hiding these things in plain sight. They're not hidden, they're just out of reach for so long. Any sound recordings up here? I feel like there's gotta be one just sitting out on a rafter above your head that you can't see. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. Oh, the pink floor! Here's a blueprint. This one doesn't have a vault door, it just has the blueprint and a little safe. Oh my gosh. This doesn't have a puzzle on it either? Cheeky. And that's the shortcut, oh, to the video players here.
I thought my voyage had come to its end. At
I'm
the
gonna
last
draw
limit
this
of
one.
my power. That the path before me was
Screenshot
closed,
and draw.
provisions
Oh, this is different.
exhausted, and the time come to take shelter in silent obscurity. But I find that thy will knows no end in me.
Oops, that's a Metroid
And
map.
when words die out on the tongue, new melodies break forth from the heart. And where old tracks are lost, new country is revealed with its wonders.
Huh. This is different. This is a puzzle, not a solution. We have to figure out where this... Oh, is this at the starting area? Is this what lights the bridge back up? Or not the bridge, the thing. Is this how you get to the credits the other way? Don't answer that. But that puzzle has always had an arbitrary solution. Until now. This is the worst drawing. I did not use grid paper because the first grid paper I pulled off the shelf had a Metroid map on it. And I was like, okay, I can't draw all over that. I need it for later. Close enough. This is so exciting. That's gotta... that has to have opened a clamshell. Alright, music's coming back on. We're sprinting! This is the desert one. This is the other side of the desert laser elevator. Oh, that makes me so happy to have these doors open. You have no idea. And these are the little things that lead up to the, yeah, the vents that we saw from above. All the time. Tunnels everywhere. It's so satisfying to open these. Yeah, exactly. It's like the best feeling. I feel like I beat the game just by opening these tunnels. Tunes, welcome back. Hey, how's it going? Glad to have you back. Tunnels everywhere and they're all secret. Alright, let's try to get this EP.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you for the follow. Thanks for supporting a fellow human. I need to... What's my game plan? Turn on the video, immediately turn around, run back here to the stairs, go down this hallway, turn right, and then left at the fork in the tracks. I think we can pull this off, right? Now the question is it the one I'm thinking it is? But we can scrub through the video first before we do all this running and see how long we have until that section of the video, because it could turn out that we're stuck there for a while waiting for it. These videos are quite long. Alright, which one is it? Is it you? Yeah. This is the one I'm thinking it is. Talking, talking. Come on, show me the circles. Aha. That circle right there. Orange outside with like a red inside. Because we used the one on top, the white one, the whitish, yellowish one, but the one on the bottom, I feel like is part of the EP, and then we've used this green one. There it is again. So we've got, but I think we've only got one chance at it because his hand is blocking it. I almost want to start it not at the beginning. These go so slow. Is that too sure of myself to not start at the very beginning of this video? Like, I just want to skip some of the talking. It's not on the screen for very long. I wish you could pause it.
People who had that knowledge.
Run! This could be all for nothing. I still see the face.
That at best, the products of human emotion, art.
How do you know if you set it up correctly? This is gonna be interesting.
That tell you more about the guy who's talking.
I'm not blocking the rest of it. I don't think so.
Second
Open the book.
Made third hand by your interpretation of them. Things like that.
Yes! I saw the sparkles and I knew. Feels good.
Or you. This stuff's easier to take, isn't it? Understand?
Oh, you can still get it a second time, it looks like. His hand's blocking, but it's on the part at the bottom here. You get 2 chances. That's very kind. And that was pretty forgiving. It snapped to the part that I needed.
Only what is demonstrably true about the
Ooh, that felt good.
and the reason why.
Alright. Am I making you all... Should I go back to the temple now that these doors are open? I couldn't delay these doors any longer. I had to do this, but now we can go back to the other part that you probably wanted me to try to solve. Look, my priorities may be slightly out of whack in this game. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Opening the doors is the thing I was most excited to see. Yeah, doors are fun. That was definitely one of the biggest moments I was waiting for. Door gang.
I cannot understand why we idle discussing religion. If we are honest, and scientists have to be, we must admit that religion is a jumble of false assertions with no basis in reality. The very idea of God is a product of the human imagination. It is quite understandable.
Ooh, strangest. I can show you the save file in a second.
Much more exposed to the overpowering forces of nature than we are today.
Oh, where's my water?
Should have personified these forces in fear and trembling. But nowadays, when we understand so many natural processes, we have no need for such solutions. I can't for the life of me see how the postulate of an almighty God helps us in any way. What I do see is that this assumption leads to such unproductive questions as to why God allows so much misery and injustice, the exploitation of the poor by the rich, and all the other horrors he might have prevented. If religion is still being taught, it is by no means because its ideas still convince us, but simply because some of us want to keep the lower classes quiet.
Oh, wow.
Quiet people are
Okay.
much easier to govern than clamorous and
It's a
dissatisfied
very
ones.
interesting recording.
They are also much easier to exploit.
This recording has some
Religion is a kind of
opinions.
opium that allows a nation to lull itself into wishful dreams and so forget the injustices that are being perpetrated against the people.
Oh, OBS looked weird for a second, but I think
Paul
it's
Dirac,
okay.
1927, as related by Werner Heisenberg.
Okay, I didn't want to pause while we were listening to the recording, but here's my save. We're 461 plus 129 plus 4. I found where 130 is, but it's on this second file because it's the ending credits area. We're like really close to our 5th pillar. The 5 and 6 ones, I mean, we've only got a few EPs left.
So, you see what I'm saying here?
Wait, it wasn't over.
Yep. This one doesn't fit either.
Oh, interesting.
How would you characterize the way in which it doesn't fit?
Well, it's about arguing. And it's about being
I forgot to turn the
disturbed
music
by
off during
issues
that
are
one.
relatively small.
Oh well.
It's not aiming high, and it's not about ultimate truth. Not really. It's mostly about what some stupid people are doing that is wrong compared to what I am doing that is right.
But Portorak was definitely a truth seeker, in the domain of physics at least.
Yeah, but I don't feel that attitude in this piece at all. If a belief is just formed in opposition to other beliefs,
this is all part of the music stuff, I think.
It can't
Yeah.
be that deep. But, you know, where he says the thing about natural processes, he starts to outline an actual
So
philosophy.
weird. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for supporting a fellow
There's
human.
something that could stand on its own, that isn't just rejection and opposition. But then he drops it. Well, this isn't the atheist manifesto we need. I'll keep looking.
Okay.
You know,
That was a
at
cool...
one point,
Oh, it's
Dirac
still not
also wrote
done.
This. One could perhaps describe the situation by saying that God is a mathematician of a very high order, and he used very advanced mathematics in constructing the universe. I think he meant God in an Einstein kind of way.
Huh.
He said that? Same guy.
Same guy. Later in life, though. People are strange. Scientists are stranger.
Yes, they are.
Science! Okay, wow. A lot just happened. I thought that sound recording was over, but it wasn't. And yes, I do really like our thumbnail for the second save file. Let me just leave the music off for a little bit. I'm not a scientist. Okay, well, they misspoke on that one when it comes to your username. Oh. This is such an interesting area. The background voice on the earlier clips in the cave were the second main voice actor rather than Liam. Oh, okay. Gotcha, gotcha. Why do these have a dot inside of the start? Oh, because it's blocked. Maybe until the music comes on. Or something. I don't know. Let's go look at the other set of panels that are up on the wall like that. These ones? Are these also blocked? Yeah, these are too. And they're the same. Or this one is. I didn't look as closely at 2 and 3, but this one looks exactly the same, I think. I feel like putting a dot in the start circle is akin to punching a hole through an ID card. Yeah! It's so unsatisfying. I can't click it. I can't click it. This is me going tap, 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 tap. So, do we play the record now? Or do we go check out the starting area? These are tough decisions. This area is so weird. These are all connected, but it makes this odd squiggly biz. You follow the cord to get to the record player. And this I don't understand. yet. But it looks like the area next to the temple with all the columns and things. Is there a speaker in this room? No? I see the record, at least to hear it all the way through once. Okay. We can mess with it. I need to turn the volume down on it just a little bit. It's a little overwhelmingly loud. And where this just comes out to all the doors we opened, right? Yeah, this is sort of the last thing in here. I'm nervous. I don't know what's gonna happen. Let me do the volume control. Mixer. Let's put it down. Oh, it was higher. The game was at a higher volume than the last time we streamed it. Let's see how this does. Let me know if it's too loud. So intimidating. I really feel like it's just constant. Like it's gonna get faster and faster and is judging me and timing me the whole way. Does this just go on? Yeah. Does this light up yet? Oh, it does. Is that the only thing I can do next? I think so. Is it too loud? Volume's okay? Alright. I wonder if this will mirror in that other room, if I even get there in time. Are you lit up yet? No. Are you lit up? Yes. I haven't done one of these in so long. Oh no! I wonder if I want to switch. Boop boop. What is it that blocks me from these? Beep beep. Actually don't know. It's not any more helpful to me though. Oh, cause the line breaks. Okay, yeah. It took me a second. I see. This song is just mocking me. There's no way that it's not. Oh, goodness. We can get this, but I can't get those last two hexagons. So the only way to do this, I'm assuming, is when... Ooh, that's evil. When the music is playing. So I can't even, like, practice. Other than with the VOD. at the end. It gives you like little sparkles. I just want to see if this goes out. I don't really want to move forward. No? Oh, this is the one. This is the Mountain King song, right? Everybody knows this one. Of course they would use this song in this game while you're inside the mountain caves. What is this dang game? Oops. It is getting faster. Yeah, some more Grieg. Wait, are these just going... Oh. I don't like it. This song gets so intense. I need to pause. Here, we'll have a quick sip of water. I was gonna say, might want to keep your volume handy because this. No, I know this song. We all know this song a little bit, right? And it gets very intense later in the song. Not sure what you mean. The music is calm. Yeah, no, it doesn't stay that way. I'm gonna have to turn my volume down too. The anticipation. This is so silly. Oh, you can't pause. It doesn't like that. All right, fair enough. I thought I had already paused. Pausing's cheating. I was talking to chat. But, I mean, I said it was fair. That was our warm-up. I'm gonna find a new way to do this every time. No chat, only puzzle, yeah. Oh, do they change every time? Actually. So you can't study. Fair enough. There's a way to sneakily pause in PS4. Good to know. Studying is cheating. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I brought up the menu so that I could warn you all about the volume increase that comes later. Oh. I'm confused. Is it back here? Yeah. Oh, God. That's fine. And now we go upstairs. Hey, Handtable, welcome in. This game truly never ends. It's too good. Oh, interesting. one is unkind to me. No, it'll be okay. Hopefully. Yeah. This is the game music. We're doing a timed challenge. I think that's all 4 of these. So we should be able to go across now. I think it's a timed challenge. I cannot pause. And it's very intimidating. And it's gonna get louder. So we will try to warn for that as best as we can. Oh no, this is all wrong. I wanted to do this. Why though? I don't know. Now the Mountain King is coming. Maybe like this? No. No. This dang song. Ugh. I don't like it. New PB, yeah. I really don't like being timed though. This is what we did before. Oh, I hate it. Yeah, we're doing this off stream for sure. There's no way. I can't. Sorry guys, it's too much. I know. It's such a lame thing to be like panicky about, but they really get ya. I don't like it. I don't like that I can't adjust the volume as I go either. Like, I can get through that. We were getting through some of these really quickly, but the second the tempo starts to pick up, it's just immediate panic. Ooh, rough. Alright, but that's fun. I like the concept. It's just, I cannot do like the timed and no volume control and streaming all at once. Let me get our volume back to what it was. But I should still be okay at this level. Oh yeah, it's absolutely intentional tunes. I'm not saying that people don't get stressed about it. Yeah, no, no, I can't. The tempo change. Spoiler chat was talking about the timing aspect of this one. Would it be okay to share a possible mod cheat of this? Not yet, no. I mean, so I can see running into the same problem we ran into with Outer Wilds, which is that I can get through this, but I don't know if I'll want to stream it or not. And I'm sure there are ways that I can figure out, like, oh, if my priority is to stream this challenge, here's something I can do. If my priority is to play it, like, without any input from anybody else, then I don't know if I'll be able to stream it. I'm gonna wait on it though, and we'll decide later. It's a really good area, but the desire to pause and like, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna turn off the music or just turn it way down. Because I can't think straight. That's the point. You can't think straight when it's doing that to you. I want to know what this room is going to end up looking like. And how panicky that's going to make me. And these still were not solvable when the music was playing? Did I look up even? It's gonna be a little bit loud again. I just want to see if the circles go away. The puzzle's changed. The Tetris blocks went away too. Oh. Excuse you. None of this. Absolutely not. But you don't have access to the circle still, which is weird. And do we see anything in here? No, this doesn't. It's not activated yet. Or so it seems. That's so ridiculous. You can't even see the little switch on the outside of this because... I mean, obviously they don't want you to open it. I think it's right there. And it's gonna uncover or like light up when you get to that point. Nah, I don't know. Maybe it's on the top. Alright, forget that puzzle. Goodbye. Let's go look at the starting area again. Are the panels changing by the beat note rather than seconds? I don't know. They're very intimidating as well. Oh, okay. I'm going the wrong way, right? I got too excited. We're gonna go back through Windmill Village. I'm glad I explored in here before starting that, though. Holy moly. What just turned off? Did you hear that? That was weird. And this one comes out by the hallway, yeah. Suspicious noises indeed. Here, I'm gonna turn our music back on, our calm, peaceful lo-fi music. This game trying to give me a heart attack. There it is. We're gonna get that puzzle, don't you worry. I have no doubt in my mind that I can get through that. But, I'm going to have to come up with a strategy. We've still got a missing one here. But we did end up getting both of these. And this one. So that might be our last sound recording. Yeah, it's possible. The game did get me to have very strong feelings every time I hear Hall of the Mountain King. Oh. I'm watching this on my new 4K TV. Oh, heck yeah. Hey, Doomtroid, welcome in. So many pixels. Mostly on one person driving, everyone else cheering them on. It was an unexpected group experience. Nice. Very fun. Don't mind me taking the absolute longest way, remembering how to get to the starting area. Geography powers. Summon. Sense of direction. Summon. But if I go the wrong way, you end up by the dog statue. I think we're good now. Does anyone in chat play Super Auto Pets? Can you teach me how to be a good? Not getting the hang of the game, but having a lot of fun attempting. Nice. It's a very different from a stream. Oh, the co-op thing? Yeah. I'm not at the point where I would be happy doing that yet. I need to give it an honest go off stream before I'm ready to collab on that one. Or, you know, whatever, if it's with different music, I guess. But then I feel like if I do it with my own music, that's cheating too, in a way. I'm just gonna have to turn the volume way down. I think that's it. Can't find the starting area, just start a new game. Exactly. Alright, so does this look the same? Yeah, it does look the same. How does this work? It should look like this. I just drew it on my paper. Oh, come on. Controller, cooperate, please. Yes. Yes! I was right! Give me that EP. I don't care about the credits, I just want the EP. Can I get the EP, though? And do we have to do that section again before it spits me back out here? Safe word? I don't want to watch that video again. It was weird. I'm good? Okay. There's a tattoo design right there. So many tattoo designs in this game. Did that get us a pillar? I cannot remember. Still no. 470 plus 130 plus 4. Just solve a different way. I'm locked out. Even though latency, relationship, communication, group size means a very different dynamics. Yeah. We live here now. I don't want to do this section again. I'm pretty sure the Mountain King music needs the VOD. Oh, really? Hey, Forbearance, welcome in. That's unfortunate. I was wondering, but I feel like, I mean, that's really weird. Hall of the Mountain King is not a new song, so how would that get a... It's not a new song. I'm like, I say that with the most grain of salt ever. It's how... No one owns the rights to that song. How would you get a claim on that? Yeah. It's public domain. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. The combination of words. I believe it's because the performance. Wow. Yeah. The orchestra that does the that rendition. Okay, fair enough. That's so odd. Thanks for the heads up. That is unfortunate because of this VOD. I don't want to cut that section out. But I will have to have it be muted in YouTube, I guess. Maybe add captions. There's gonna be captions anyway, but they're just usually not very good. So, and they're like the ones you can toggle on and off. I feel like I would want it to be built in. Content ID is a flawless system. Yeah. Hey Zach, welcome in. Through automated claims are typically based on the detected notes. Wild. So I guess we have to do this again? I really wanted that EP. Also, I haven't figured out what this floor does, if anything. Intriguing. Alright, well, you know what? I think we're gonna wrap up here. Because I don't want to go through... I can go through this area again off stream, but I don't... There's no, like, zipping through. That last video is really long, even if I run through the resort section. Oh, it's true, though. I haven't done these recordings in this save file yet, so I can do that as well on my own time. But yeah, I think that's as good a place to end it as any. We did so much today. I love this game still. I will let you all know what I decide to do for the Mountain King section. Maybe Discord. I feel like I'm just gonna want to sit and get cozy with it because it's gonna take multiple attempts anyway. I'm not expecting to first try it. That's for sure. That's for sure.